Some prisons have walls. Others exist only inside your mind. And the strange thing is, most people never realize they're living in one.
Right now, I'd like you to imagine something. Imagine you're born again, same brain, same potential. But this time, you're born into a completely different family, a different country, different parents, different language, different culture, different beliefs. Would you still become you? Most people instinctively answer, yes. But psychology suggests something very different, because long before you ever made your first important decision, someone was already shaping the story you would believe about yourself. What success looks like, what failure means, whether money is something you can create or something only other people have, whether you're naturally confident or naturally shy, whether you're good with people, whether you're bad with money, whether you're capable or not. Here's the frightening part. Most of those beliefs were never consciously chosen. They were inherited, quietly, repeatedly, almost invisibly. And over time, those beliefs became the invisible rules controlling your life. They influence the opportunities you notice, the risks you take, the relationships you build, even the amount of money you believe you're capable of earning. Today, we're going to uncover something.
We're going to uncover the hidden beliefs that quietly shape your reality.
Because if beliefs can be learned, maybe
they can also be rewritten.
Before we go any further, there's something important you need to understand. You don't experience the world as it is.
You experience the world as you believe it is. Imagine wearing a pair of glasses your entire life. But nobody ever tells you you're wearing them. Eventually, you stop noticing the glasses. You simply assume that's what reality looks like. Beliefs work exactly the same way. They become invisible. And because they're invisible, we mistake them for reality. Here's a fascinating example. In the late 1960s, psychologist Martin Seligman conducted a series of experiments that would later become famous. He discovered something called learned helplessness. In simple terms, when people, or even animals, experience failure over and over again, they eventually stop trying, even when the opportunity to succeed is right in front of them. Think about that. The barrier no longer exists, but the belief does. And the belief becomes stronger than reality itself. Now ask yourself, how many invisible barriers exist only because you've believed them for years? Maybe you've told yourself, I'm just bad with money. I'll never be disciplined. Successful people are different. I'm not smart enough. I'm too old. I'm too young. The frightening thing is, once you believe something long enough, your brain begins looking for evidence that proves you're right. Not because it's trying to hurt you, but because that's how the human mind works. It wants consistency, even if that consistency keeps you stuck. Here's something most people never think about. Before you had your own opinions, someone else's opinions became yours. As children, we don't question reality, we absorb it. Like a sponge, we watch our parents, our teachers, our friends, television, social media, society. Little by little, we collect beliefs about money, about work, about love, about success. And because we've heard them thousands of times, they begin to feel true, even when they aren't. Think about money. If you grow up hearing, "Money is the root of all evil," "Rich people are greedy," "People like us never become wealthy," those aren't facts. They're beliefs. But to a child, beliefs and facts feel exactly the same. And here's what's fascinating. Decades later, that child becomes an adult, wants financial freedom, wants success, wants to build wealth. But deep inside, another voice whispers, "People like you don't become rich." Imagine trying to drive a car, while one foot is pressing the accelerator and the other is pressing the brake. That's what conflicting beliefs feel like. Consciously, you want success. Unconsciously, you're afraid of it. This is why changing your habits is often not enough, because habits grow from beliefs. Change the belief, and the habit becomes easier to change. This brings us to one of the most influential psychologists of the last few decades, Carol Dweck. She spent years studying one simple question: why do two people with similar intelligence achieve completely different results? Her answer wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It was belief. More specifically, what she called the growth mindset. Some people believe, "This is who I am. I can't change. I'm either talented or I'm not." Others believe, "I can improve. I can learn. I can become better." Same obstacle, completely different interpretation. And because their interpretation is different, their future becomes different. Imagine two people walking into the exact same room. The first person believes, "People usually don't like me." The second believes, "Most people are friendly." They experience the same room, the same people, the same conversations, yet they leave with completely different conclusions. Why? Because they weren't only observing reality, they were filtering reality. The first person notices the one person who didn't smile. The second remembers the three people who did. Reality didn't change. Their beliefs decided what was important. And this happens every single day. If you believe you're bad with money, every financial mistake becomes proof. So, how to actually change your beliefs? It is possible, but probably not the way most people think. By the way, if you've been enjoying this series about money psychology, self-improvement, discipline, and personal growth, consider subscribing. It genuinely helps the channel. And to everyone who's already supporting these videos, thank you. My goal isn't just to help you build more wealth, it's to help you understand why so many people never reach their potential. Now, let's go one level deeper. You can't simply stand in front of a mirror and repeat, "I'm rich. I'm confident. I'm successful." If every experience in your life tells you otherwise, the brain doesn't change because you say different words. It changes because it experiences different evidence. Think about someone who believes, "I'm terrible at public speaking." One speech won't change that belief. But 10 speeches might. 20 speeches definitely will. Every positive experience becomes a vote against the old belief. That's how beliefs change. Slowly, quietly, through repeated evidence. This is why tiny wins matter so much. Save your first $100. Suddenly, maybe you're not bad with money. Read your first 5 books. Maybe you're not someone who hates reading. Go to the gym consistently for 3 months. Maybe you're not lazy. Most people wait for confidence before taking action. But confidence usually comes after action, not before. And that's one of the biggest misunderstandings in self-improvement. You don't think your way into a new life. You behave your way into a new identity. I'd like to leave you with one question. Not tomorrow. Right now. What's one belief you've never questioned? Maybe it is. I'm just unlucky. People like me don't succeed. Or maybe you've repeated that belief for so many years. You've forgotten it was only ever a belief. It began as an idea, repeated enough times, until it felt like the truth. Not overnight, but one decision, one habit, one piece of evidence at a time. Every action you take today is either reinforcing your old story or writing a new one. The moment you stop treating your beliefs as facts and start treating them as hypotheses, something to test, something to question, something that can change. Because the most powerful belief you'll ever have is the belief that you can become someone different than you are today. Biggest transformation doesn't happen around you. It happens inside you. But there's still one question left. Why, even after understanding all of this, do so many people never reach their true potential? That's exactly what we're going to explore in the next chapter. Because sometimes your greatest limitation isn't your circumstances. It isn't your intelligence. It isn't even your beliefs. It's that you've never discovered what you're truly capable of. Thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate your time and support. And remember, the story controlling your life isn't the one that happened to you. It's the one you keep telling yourself. I'll see you in the next chapter.